Welcome to Piano Video Lessons Year 1, Unit 6. Today's lesson is lesson number 10. You can click the info card to come on over to pianovideolessons.com where you can find the ebook and links to all of the free video lessons. Today's lesson is on E minor, and our last lesson was on ties, and we're going to be putting these things together to learn to play the Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven in lesson number 11. So today's lesson we're going to learn the pentascale of E minor, we'll learn two forms of the E minor scale, we'll also learn the diatonic chords in E minor, and do some improvising in E minor to get our minds ready to read and play in that key. Today's free video is sponsored by my patrons at Patreon. If you'd like to find out more about Patreon or how to become a sponsor, click the info card. Alright, so in preparation for learning to play the Moonlight Sonata, we're going to be learning to play all of the technical elements in the key of E minor. So just grab your circle of fifths, and you can see that we've already been playing in F major and B flat major and A minor, and now we're moving over in this direction for E minor. So the scales that used this middle section of the circle, C major and A minor, they have no sharps or flats in their key signature. So they're played on all white keys unless they have changes made to them like harmonic or Hungarian or other alterations of the scale. And then we went this way and we found scales that had increasing numbers of flats in their key signature. So F major had B flat, and B flat major had B flat and E flat. So now going the other way around the chart, we're going to be moving in the clockwise direction, and instead of adding flats, we're going to be adding sharps to our scale. So the G major scale or the E minor scale are played using F sharp. So let's just go ahead and circle this here, and we'll see down at the bottom we're using the first scale that uses sharps, and it uses just the F sharp. So we'll set this aside until we need it again, and now we can look at our lesson. So the first thing we can do is the easiest thing in the key of E minor, which is the pentascale. So we're just going to have, walking up and down the notes here, E, F sharp, because we just did say that this is the sharp in the scale. So let's just put a little reminder here on the piano keys. We'll put a little gem on here that will remind us that we should play the sharp. And then when we do the triad, it's just the first, third, and fifth notes, and there's no sharps on those. Try it for the left hand. And I'll just add a little gem here on the F sharp. Now, technically, I could add a gem on every single F on the piano, because we would never play, on every single F sharp, we would never play an F natural in the key of E minor. So what I'm actually playing now is the 8-note scale of E minor. So I started on E, and you can see I went E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. And I used standard scale fingering here. I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 comes over. And then if I'm going to continue, I need to bring my 4 over, and then my 3. If I continue, I bring my 4 over, and then my 3. If I continue, I bring my 4 over, and then my 3. Coming down, I have 1, 2, 3 come under, all the way to the sharp, tuck my thumb to E. 1, 2, 3, tuck under, 1, 2, 3, 4, tuck under, all the way down. So this is standard scale fingering for E natural minor. Standard scale fingering meaning this is the common fingering we use for any major or minor scale. We can do the same thing for the right hand. The fingerings are written here in the music on the page. 1, 2, 3, tuck your thumb. Play all the way to 4, tuck your thumb. Here's the F sharp, 1, 2, 3, tuck your thumb. I'm going to turn around and come back down. After this group of 5, I'll go to a group of 3. Then I'll bring my 4 over, play this group of 4, and then I'll bring my 3 over, play this group of 3. Now ideally, we don't want to stop when we're doing a scale. We want to plan our groups of 3 and groups of 4 and finish on a 5 at the top. So here I go, 3, 4, 3. And you see they alternate back and forth between 3 and 4. So that's the E natural minor scale, and it uses just the F sharp. I see I missed a dot here in my book. And so here we have E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and then we start again. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. And then we can do one other thing, which is we can raise the 7th note. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then E. So instead of playing this D, we're going to play D sharp. And the D sharp is the 7th note raised a half step. So when we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, when we did the Hungarian minor, we raised 2 different notes. We raised the 4th note and the 7th note, but in the harmonic minor, we only change just the 7th note. So we keep that F sharp because it's part of our key signature, but now we're also raising the 7th note because it's a harmonic minor, and that's the pattern for a harmonic minor scale, is raise the 7th note. And I can raise all of the 7th notes of the scale. So that means I'll play all the Ds as sharps as well. So this is a very common form of the minor scale. Hungarian is a bit common, but this harmonic minor is more common than the other. And you can play this with both hands if you like. It's a little tricky. Not required, definitely optional. But you can see they're lined up here. You play 5 and 1, 4 and 2, 3 and 3. Then you have to do the tuck with one hand and not the other. That's a challenge you could teach yourself on your own if you'd like, but you don't have to. So we now know 3 types of scales. We know the natural minor scale, which just uses the key signature, which is just F sharp in the case of E minor. We know the harmonic minor, which raises the 7th note, as well as keeping the key signature in place. And we know the Hungarian minor, which changes the 4th note and the 7th note and raises them both up a half step. All right, so let's move on then to the diatonic chords in E harmonic minor, and you can see they're written out here on this next page. So it starts off with a triad on E minor. E, G, B. None of those notes are affected by the key signature. And you can see back here that the key signature of F sharp is written at the beginning of the line of music. So that means that when there's an F in the music, it's not going to have a sharp in front of it. So we have to be on the lookout for those notes. There's going to be an F sharp down on this bottom space, so just that one. And there's going to be an F sharp on the top line of the music. So there's going to be one here in this chord. And there's going to be another one right here in this chord. So it looks like there's only one black key because you see that the D sharp has been written in as the altered pitch to make this a harmonic minor. So that's the 7 up, and it's D sharp, 7th note of the E scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, raised to D sharp. F sharp is part of the key of E minor, no matter which form you use. So we have the root position. Here we have E minor triad. Then we can move to F sharp and play F sharp, A, C. Then we can move to G, but the top note is going to be D sharp, G, B, D sharp. There's that augmented chord. Then we have A, C, and E. No black keys. Now, there's going to be 2 here. B, D sharp, F sharp. That's B major. Then we're going to have C, E, G. No black keys. That's C major. Then we have D sharp, F sharp, A. This is D sharp diminished. And then we have E, G, B, E minor triad. So going through those again, we have 1 black key. We have 1 on the top. We have no black keys. We have 2 black keys here because the top line is an F. No black keys. We have 2 black keys because the top line is F, and we have no black keys. And then the left hand plays the same thing. I've written this down an octave lower. F sharp now. You have to be on the lookout for this note that's below the staff. This is an F. Then we have the D sharp written in. A minor is next. Then we have B major with these 2 sharps. We've got F sharp right here on the 4th line. Then we have C major. Then we have D sharp diminished. 2 black keys, D sharp, F sharp, because this line is your F sharp line, and then A, and then E minor. So we can practice these going solid and broken. We'll do it solid, F sharp, now D sharp, now Now we have A minor triad, we have E major triad, C major triad, D sharp diminished triad, E minor triad. Go back down. C major, B major, A minor. We have this G augmented, we have F sharp diminished, and E minor. So all those names of those chords, you may be familiar with those from Unit 5, where we learned so much about chords so that we could play them using lead sheets and start to understand them better. Okay, so practice your pentascale, your minor scale, your harmonic minor scale, and your diatonic chords to get you moving around here in the key of E minor. And then we're going to play a little improv. So the improv here starts on E. We just have an E minor triad, and then it says repeat. And then we have a D sharp here. And it says repeat this as well. Now, this is an improv, so you can repeat it as many times as you want, or not at all. And then we're going to go down here. We have one ledger line. That's an E, and then an E in position, and then back down to this ledger line. And that's the end of the pattern that we're going to improvise over. So now we can wonder, is this improvisation in E natural minor or E harmonic minor? And there's a clue in the music. So if we look here, we see the key signature says F sharp. So that'll tell us right away that we're playing a piece of music with one sharp, and it's going to be either G major or E minor. And we can tell that it's E minor because it ends on an E and it starts with an E minor triad. So we know the piece is in some kind of E minor, and the title's called Improv in E minor, so it's probably an E minor. Now, if we're going to play it in harmonic form, we're going to see a D sharp. If it's in natural minor scale, then there's no D sharp written anywhere. So let's have a quick look. No Ds on this line, no Ds at all on this line. There's a D here, and it's D sharp. So this improvisation has been written in D harmonic minor. So what I'm going to do is place my right hand here in this pentascale position, and I'm going to create a melody that's just improvised using those notes, and I might cross down for this D sharp, and I might even cross down more for more notes. But if I just diddle around on these notes, they will sound reasonable. Some will sound better than others, but let's get started. I'm going to pedal this with my right foot. I'm not done. I'm going to repeat it again. It just says repeat, but I know it's improvising. And now I'm going to play this sharp down here. I'm going to go to the next line. And I went back to the first line again. My ear told me that it wanted to have more of this chord. You'll find it easier to play long notes and do your improvising during those ties. The left hand is holding the tie. And now play some notes. And there's the end. All right, so this is going to prepare us completely for playing the Moonlight Sonata, which is going to have lots of these low notes in the left hand, lots of ledger lines, and we're playing lots of E minor chords. And you're just going to love it. It's going to be awesome. So join me in lesson 11, where we're going to learn to play the Moonlight Sonata arranged in E minor. And we'll learn it step by step. I might need to make 2 videos for this one. It's kind of a long piece, but you're going to love it. You are going to love it. hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you're keeping track of your progress on your progress sheet. Feel free to drop me a note at pianovideolessons@gmail.com. And if you loved this lesson, maybe you'd like to become a sponsor. Click the info card to find out about Patreon sponsorship.